co-host అయిపోయింది కదా, తర్వాత ప్రెసెంటర్ చేయాలి కదా.
ఆయనకి చేయాలి, నేను మీకు చేసిన తర్వాత ఆయన ప్రెసెంట్ చేయాలి.
గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ సార్. co-host మ్యూట్ చేయాలి అక్కడ.
ఆల్రెడీ మేము
రిక్వెస్ట్. Yes. Okay.
Hello, can you hear?
Yes sir, yes sir. Good afternoon sir.
Good afternoon. So,
How are you,
is
sir?
it clear? All well, thank you, Resh. Now, is it clear?
Sir,
Voice?
it is. Yeah, loud and clear sir.
Loud and clear. Okay, just good enough, sir. It shouldn't be too much loud or too much.
No sir. No sir, it is perfect sir. It is perfect.
Perfect. Oh, very good. Very nice to see you all. So, how is our principal sahab, director sahab?
He's doing good sir. He's doing good.
Okay. Because
Yes sir, everything is fine here. And as you visited, construction work is under progress, and we have a lot of buildings now compared to the last time when you visited sir.
So, a lot of laboratories are ready now.
Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. Yes sir.
Okay, excellent. Very good.
Okay sir. Sir, with your permission, shall I start the session sir?
Okay, if you start the session, then how do I run the, okay, then later on we will share, you will share the PowerPoint presentation and I'll be
No,
able to
sir,
operate from here.
No, we will give you the presenter this thing sir, host rights.
Okay, you will give us later.
Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir. Initially we have dedication sir. After that your intro will be happening sir.
Okay.
Then we will change the host sir. Then you will becoming presenter, and then you can operate your videos, presentations, everything sir.
Agreed. So I will wait.
Yes sir, yes.
Please.
Okay sir. Thank you so much sir.
Hira ko bula dena. Please.
Good morning friends. In fact, good afternoon dear friends. I welcome you all for day 4 and 6th session for the induction program 2020. For this session, we have a guest speaker, distinguished scientist and Director General of BrahMos Aerospace, DRDO, New Delhi. Thank you so much, sir, for accepting our invitation and coming over here online. Thank you, sir. On behalf of the entire family of NIT Andhra Pradesh, I am very much thankful and I welcome you for this particular session, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now we will, as usual, students, now we will go for the dedication of this particular session. So I'll hand over the mic to my colleague, Dr. Rajshekhar. Sorry, Dr. Rajshekhar will be giving the dedication. 1 second, sir. Yeah. Yes.
I'll be able to see the screen, sir. Thank you, Dr. Veeresh Kumar, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Rajshekhar Mendapalli, ad hoc faculty at School of Sciences, NIT Andhra Pradesh. Once again, on behalf of NIT Andhra Pradesh, I welcome you all to the 4th day and 6th session to honor our country's fallen stars as a tribute to their sacrifices and achievements. They gave us so much to make this day possible and the way we are leading our lives today. Now, we would like to dedicate this particular session to one of the unsung heroes, Mrs. Anandi Gopal Rao Joshi, and I feel honored to remind you all the life history of Anandi Gopal Rao Joshi, and it is as follows. She was the first Indian female practitioner of Western medicine alongside Kadambani Ganguly. She was the first woman from the erstwhile Bombay Presidency of India to study and graduate with a 2-year degree in Western medicine in the United States of America. At the age of 14, Anandibai gave birth to a boy, but the child lived only for a total of 10 days due to lack of medical care at that particular time. This proved to be a turning point in Anandi's life and inspired her to become a physician. After her husband Gopal Rao tried to enroll her in missionary schools and not working out, they moved to Calcutta. They learned to read and speak Sanskrit and English as well. Her husband encouraged her to study medicine. In the year 1880, he sent a letter to Royal Wilder, a well-known American missionary, stating his wife's interest in studying medicine in the United States of America and also inquiring about a suitable post in the US for himself. Anandibai began her medical training at age of 19. In America, her health worsened because of the cold weather and unfamiliar diet. She contracted tuberculosis. Nevertheless, she graduated with an MD in March 1886. The topic of her thesis was obstetrics among the Aryan Hindus. The thesis utilized references from both Ayurvedic texts and American medical textbooks. On her graduation, Queen Victoria sent her a congratulatory message. In the year 1886, Anandibai returned to India, receiving a grand welcome. The princely state of Kolhapur appointed her as the physician in charge of the female ward of the local Albert Edward Hospital. Anandibai died of tuberculosis early the next year on 26 February 1887 before turning just 22 years of age. Anandi Joshi was the first Indian woman to receive education abroad and to obtain a medical degree. On 31st March 2018, Google honored her with a Google Doodle to mark her 153rd birthday anniversary. With this, I would like to thank you all for I thank Dr. G.V. Viresh Kumar for giving me this opportunity and also you all to listening to me. Now, I would like to hand over the session to Dr. Deepa, who will be introducing today's guest. Thank you.
He is a BrahMos man with a first-hand overview on the world's best supersonic cruise missile, meeting the requirement of 3 wings of Indian armed forces. He is none other than I'm talking about Dr. Sudhir Mishra, Distinguished Scientist and Director General BrahMos, DRDO, CEO and MD. It is a pride for me to introduce him as our today's speaker and who has been a graduate from Government Engineering College, Jabalpur, MTech in Mechanical Engineering from Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, and PhD from National Institute of Technology, Warangal. He has 36 years of R&D experience in the area of missile technology, production technology, technology management, and defense diplomacy. He has contributed immensely in India's quest to achieve excellence in missile technologies by developing several breakthrough technologies. His technical expertise and contribution has resulted in the realization of several DRDO missile programs. As CEO and MD, BrahMos Aerospace, his mind-to-market approach has led to design, development, production, and product support encompassing complete product life cycle of BrahMos weapon system. Under his leadership, Team BrahMos achieved newer capabilities and versions for land to land, sea to land, and air to sea land applications. He spearheaded the BrahMos Air version program, leading to successful flight test of BrahMos from Sukhoi 30 MKI fighter aircraft against sea and land target. The realization of BrahMos A is a historic achievement for India, becoming first country in the world to have such unique capacity. Under his able guidance, for the first time, the weapon of this caliber has been deployed in all the three services. Dr. Mishra's zeal and vision to achieve export orders for Indian defense weapon and equipment have delivered outstanding successes. His defense diplomatic skills have resulted in the culmination of several defense R&D projects with friendly countries within the framework of foreign policy and defense cooperation. He has visited several countries to enhance bilateral cooperation in the field of defense technologies. As the chairman, BATL Thiruvananthapuram, he is credited with turning around the company from perennial loss making to profit earning by innovative management techniques. He is an academician too of Russian Academy of Cosmonautics. He is a fellow of Royal Aeronautical Society of India, Institution of Engineers, the Institution of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineers, Indian Institute of Production Engineers, and Center for Excellence in Project Management, New Delhi. He is a member of many national and international professional societies. He is awarded with degree of doctoral science by Rani Durgavati Vishwavidyalaya, Jabalpur, Shobit University, Sharanpur, Uttar Pradesh, SRM University, Lucknow, and People's University, Bhopal. He has been awarded with the DRDO Scientist of the Year Award by the Prime Minister of India, Distinguished Alumnus Award 2018 by IIT Madras, Eminent Engineer Award by Institution of Engineers, IIM Tata Gold Medal Award by Indian Institute of Metals, Kolkata, Madhya Pradesh Gaurav Saman by Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Distinguished by the Machinist Times of India Group, Vignan Pratibha Saman by Council of Science and Technology, Government of Madhya Pradesh, Lifetime Achievement Award by Sri Ram College of Engineering and Technology, Jabalpur. He is a member of Board of Management of Govind Guru Tribal University, Banswara, Rajasthan, nominated by Honorable Governor of Rajasthan and Chancellor, and member in the advisory board of many academic institutions and society. He has published several scientific papers and has delivered numerous lectures in national and international seminars and conferences. Please, sir, the dais is yours.
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, Professor Viresh, Professor Rajshekhar, and Dr. Deepa. It's a honor to give a talk in the memory of Dr. Anandi Gopal Joshi, the first physician who is trained in the Western medicine system. I understand NIT Andhra Pradesh is having the induction program of first year engineering students, and this talk is a part of that. I want to remind the young aspiring engineers that development of any nation, progress, prosperity of any country in the world depend on the shoulders of educated youngsters. And I feel very happy, very proud, and would like to congratulate students for choosing engineering as their profession. Engineering profession reflect the achievement, material achievement, and directly proportional to the prosperity of that particular nation. And I can see that NIT Andhra Pradesh has come up as a leading educational institution in the country. And when I last visited, I could see the dream of your first principal, Professor C.S.P. Rao, realizing, taking shape, and getting reflected in each and every uh, milestone of this institution, which is going to become great one day. Uh, with this, I would like to introduce about the defense technology. Usually, the defense technology has been pioneer in bringing out the new technologies to the society. If we see, you see the First World War, Second World War, most of the technologies which we are using even today, they are a result of the research and development in the defense sector carried out by the scientists in the 1920s, 30s, and 40s. And I'm not saying that a war only can bring out the breakthrough technology, but the activities becomes very intense, and that's how a human mind comes out with very innovative solutions to the problem, and they become the war-winning technologies. You see the missiles, both became war-winning technologies in the Second World War, and they are still evolving, developing. So I would like to take you all to the basic instinct of uh, the defense technology. If you realize uh, that the human beings they used to defend themselves using their hands in the very beginning in the during the evolution of mankind, and a common sense approach that if you can create a distance between yourself and your adversary, uh, can always put you in a advantageous condition, and one can win the war or a fight. So we started with a stick, stone, spear, a small knife, which later on became sword, and slowly the idea was to attack the enemy from a distance, and the slingshot, then the Chinese fire arrows, and it was just evolving. So from the zero distance which we used when we used to fight with our hands to the thousands of miles of distance which have been given to us by the latest missile technology. So this distance we have covered over the past thousands, tens of thousands, and millions of years. So we are here today talking about the defense technology, the contribution of missile technology in defending nations, and how the whole thing evolved. Uh, there are few interesting things which which I must tell you, which I must recite to you. In 1792, uh, in the history of war field, uh, first time a missile was used in the form of a unguided rocket, and it was used in the Tipu's war against the British in 1792 in the Srirangapatna. Uh, Tipu fought with Britishers with these rockets. They were very simple rockets. The rockets had a sword and a kilogram and a half gunpowder pegged at one end of the sword. And if you ignite that end, the sword used to go up in the sky and come swirling down on the enemy territory, uh, and used to create chaos among horses, elephants, and the soldiers. And those days, if there is a chaos and the soldiers have run away, and the king gets caught, and the war is won by the person who had the better technologies. So we can claim that first time in the history of the world, Indian soldiers have used the most sophisticated technology, which we call today as a missile technology, in a very basic form. And interestingly, this technology got stolen, or rather, it was taken over by the Britishers because they were the winning side. And there was a scientist called Sir William Congreve. So he studied this basic rocket, and he refined it, and he has increased the range of this rocket to 3 kilometers. And in the history of war, the Britishers have used these rockets in the Napoleonic Wars, Battle of Waterloo, Battle of Bladensburg, and bombardment of Fort McHenry in the US. Uh, there is a very interesting story which you all must know. In fact, I would like to tell the students that we engineers, scientists, we think that engineering is everything, and we try to ignore the history, sociology, geography, and other humanity subject. It's not a very good idea. If you want to become a, a perfect educated person, do read, do read humanities, do develop hobbies. You must know how to play at least two, three, four games, and you also must know something about the medicine in whose honor Dr. Anandi Joshi we are participating in this session. So let me take you back to the history. Very interesting. In the fifth line of U.S. national anthem, there is a line which I would like to recite. It says that, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs busting in air. You know, this, the rocket's red glare is referring to the Indian rockets which were used by the Britishers against the Americans in in the War of Independence. So India has made a remark. India has made a mark in the U.S. anthem also, and India was subjugated. And once you are subjugated, you lose everything. You lose your intellect, you lose your skill, you lose your self-respect, your honor. So we should have our first lesson here that never get subjugated. Never get subjugated when it comes to the nation, never get subjugated when it comes to the society, community, or as a human being. So we should celebrate a free, independent nation, country, community, and a individual. And as a democratic nation, we really celebrate it. We give opportunity to each and every person to celebrate this freedom. And at my age, I realize that the democracy is the best form to have to run the country. And sorry for the little diversion, but we must know a few more things internationally. You see how the missile technology has evolved. Uh, in the Second World War, Germany was technologically very advanced in the aviation sector. And the first guided missile, V1 and V2, they were made by Germans. And Germans have produced thousands of V2 rockets and bombarded England and in other European countries. And the they have almost demolished London, rather demolished all the buildings. There were hardly any high-rise or multi-storied buildings standing in London those days. And it was the achievement of V2 rockets to create so much amount of destruction. But somehow the German got defeated. And when a country gets defeated, their all resources are shared by the winning side. And the winning sides were US and Russia. So almost 1,500 German scientists, engineers, and technicians, they were brought to United States, and that effort used to be known as the Operation Paperclip. And Russians have taken about 2,000 scientists to their place under Operation Osa Aviakhim. Many of you know that von Braun. Von Braun is a great American scientist of German origin who was taken by Americans from Germany to their country and who gave birth to the moon mission. Not only birth, who realized the dreams of Americans to land on the moon. And when these scientists moved to US, they conducted several experiments. The first long-range ballistic missile, Redstone, was the result of their efforts. Then Jupiter C rocket, then Saturn fifth rocket. They were all designed, developed, and made by these captured German scientists who became US citizens. And it is the same rocket, Saturn V, which has taken the cosmonauts to moon in 1969. And when it comes to Soviet Union, in the first Soviet intercontinental ballistic missile was also made by these scientists. And in 1957, these scientists gave the credit to Soviet Union to become the first nation in the world to put a satellite in the space. And thus Yuri Gagarin became the first man to orbit in the space. So these are the contributions of the winning side. And we must know that we must remember that winning side takes all. The history is written by the winning side. So we should make our country great, prosperous, and equitable to all the citizens. Excellent education, excellent civic amenities, uh, no discrimination based on caste, creed, or sex. So this responsibility is being given to you all engineers. Now, when we come to our Indian missile program, uh, basically you can divide the missiles into two categories. The first category you can categorize as a strategic missiles. Strategic missiles are basically long distance missiles which carry nuclear payload. And we have come out with several missiles like Prithvi 1, Prithvi 2, Dhanush, Agni series of missiles. And uh, there are tactical missiles like anti-tank guided missile Nag, surface to air missile Akash, air to air missiles Astra, LRSAM, MRSAM, and anti-ship missile BrahMos, Nirbhay, which again is a long distance cruise missile. And if you people have read it, there is a saying that uh, this problem is not as complicated as a rocket science. Now it's a reverse logic. It means rocket science is complex. So any country which is very advanced in the rocket science, whether for the defense or for civil application, it means the country is really advanced. And the kind of subsystems, systems, knowledge, manufacturing facilities are required to realize the missile systems, rocket systems, space systems that reflect the capability of that particular nation. So if India has achieved so much in the area of strategic missiles, tactical missiles, space vehicles, it means we have the knowledge and capability in the field of science and technology. How can you forget the father of India's space and missile program, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam? In fact, I had honor of working with him from 1984 to 93. And when he was president and after his retirement, uh, I had opportunity to interact with him, learn and emulate or copy whatever he has taught. So Dr. Kalam has been father of space vehicles. So when he started SLV-3 program, he became father of India's missile program when he started integrated guided missile program in 1983. And he had great ideas. The great ideas of technology management, great ideas about man management, material management, and he was ahead of the several today's technologies. He came up with concurrent technologies during 80s when we had no idea that we can work like that also, because those days everybody used to work in a sequential way, and he taught us that how to work when you have multi projects, when you have several stakeholders, how to interact, how to meet their requirement, how to develop the technology, how to propose the technology, how to use the skill of a technologist. So he was the one grandmaster of rocket and space vehicles. So it's his imprints are in the BrahMos also. Now let me tell you something very important event uh, which is still influencing the world politics even now in the Middle East. I hope you all remember that in the 1991, when Iraq invaded Kuwait, and those days Iraq was a very strong nation. They had very strong land forces, air forces, and the way the they have managed, they have planned all the activities when it comes to the defense. It was praiseworthy, very strong. But when they breached the international law and US intervened, they brought their aircraft carrier to Persian Gulf and fired thousands of cruise missiles. We know them as a Tomahawk into the Iraq, quite deep into their territory, and destroyed the major assets, command centers, uh, their radars, their airfields, and the factories which were manufacturing the defense equipments. And it was an eye opener for several countries, including India. And to complete the story of Iraq, within 24 hours of firing the first missile in Iraq, Americans destroyed almost everything, and American land forces simply walked in and occupied the territory within 48 hours. It was a great lesson to all of us. And sometime in the 1993, in one of the visits to Russia, uh, Dr. Yefremov, who is a father of missile program in Russia, he has taken Dr. Kalam to show a half-completed engine. If you remember, in the 1990, we had dissolution of Soviet Union, and the Russia was in a great economic crisis. So was India, because we had the payment crisis, and India had to deposit gold in the Bank of England to get the foreign exchange so that we can buy the petroleum. Today, you see a very developed, very rich India. Those days, there were deprivation, there were lot many financial problems. And when Dr. Kalam was discussing with Dr. Yefremov, they were talking about developing the fastest cruise missile in the world. They were talking about the supersonic cruise missile, which later on came to be known as BrahMos. And Dr. Kalam, being Dr. Kalam, he had great ideas. And he said that we will develop a missile around this engine. The engine was half completed, so we decided that the propulsion system will be taken from Russia, and we will come out with the guidance system, airframe, software, and platform systems. We will develop all things around it and come out with a world-beating missiles. So to realize this dream, Dr. Kalam and his counterpart, they signed a intergovernment agreement in the 1998. Uh, Around 5 to 6 years we have taken to conceptualize and create a blueprint of this joint venture. And if you see, I think those days I was about 37, 38-year old. You can see the boy talking to the Russians. So I was involved right from the beginning in this program. So when we started a joint venture, the BrahMos, we also decided that it will be a complete partnership, not a technology partnership alone. We asked Russians that you contribute financially, and they have picked up the equity up to 49.5% in the company. And India, through DRDO, held equity of 50.5%. And we registered the company in India as a private limited company. Why private limited? We, although it is 100% owned by the government, but we wanted to give a freedom to work. We wanted to give a kind of, uh, you know, autonomy to think, plan, execute, and deliver. So this trust of autonomy was given to DRDO by Government of India, and we formed a joint venture. This joint venture was responsible to do the design, development, manufacture, market, and to provide product support. And we also decided that some technologies like guidance, inertial navigation, onboard, fire control system, platforms, test, evaluation, software, they all will be created in India through DRDO. And Russians will come out with a ramjet engine, seeker, booster, and they will give it to the BrahMos for usage. And when it came to the name, we decided that we will name it as a BrahMos. And acronym was, we took Bra from Brahmaputra, great mighty river, and Mos from a very gracious Moskva river, on whose banks Moscow city is located. So that's how the BrahMos is, the name is born. And we thought that the BrahMos will be a great weapon system, and the system would be multi-platform, uh, in the sense that we will be able to launch the missile from aircraft, submarine, ship, and land, or can be from silo also. And the missile will be able to engage targets in the sea, a corvette or a frigate; on the land, any ammunition dump, command center, railway yard, bridges, air bases, radars, anything which moves on the water or stands on the ground. And the missile would have a multi trajectory. The missile would be able to fly the way you fly an aircraft. Uh, in fact, a cruise missile is like a unmanned aircraft filled with explosives. And you do the pre-programming, and the missile goes and hits the target when the target is stationary. Or you provide a seeker. Seeker is a sensor which will identify the target and go and hit it. And this missile was designed uh, to operate in snow, -70 degree, mountains of any height, desert where the temperature goes to +50 degree, any tropical or sea where you have a humidity, So it was designed for almost every environment. And let me tell you some subsystems of the BrahMos. We have a seeker, then we have onboard electronics, which encompasses inertial navigation system, missile interface unit, onboard computer. Then we have a warhead of about 300 kilograms, equivalent to almost 3,000 ton TNT. And then, sorry, 300 kilograms of TNT. Then we have a composite F1 and F2 sectors. We have wings, control surfaces, and the missile has a two-stage propulsion system. First stage is a solid stage when the booster is used to take the missile to 2 Mach, and the second stage is a liquid propulsion ramjet, which takes the missile all the way to the target thrusted up to the 3 Mach. Uh, I would like to tell you about the power of the missile. Please watch the video. This is the target. It was about 4,000 ton of steel, a frigate, a discarded ship of Indian Navy. And we have hit the target with precision. The target was broken into two pieces, and within 5 minutes, the target was sunk. So this is the power of the destructive power of the missile. That is why Indian Navy today is the most powerful navy in the Indian Ocean. Few days back, in the last 1 month, Indian Navy has conducted two flight tests. Both are successful. They have shown the video also. And today is the Indian Navy Day. So I take this opportunity to congratulate Indian Navy and want to assure that as long as BrahMos is on board Indian naval ship, we will be winning. We will be always winning. So this is the kind of confidence we give to Indian Navy, we give to the nation. And we are very proud of this achievement. Now, I want to show you the video of a missile taking off from the land in the Andaman Nicobar and going up to 15 kilometers. And you have seen the target being hit. It was the without warhead. And then the second flight test we conducted with the warhead. And I want to tell you something interesting that we became first nation in the world to achieve the capability of steep dive. Steep dive capability is required when you have to hit a target in the mountainous region. When we became a member of the Space Club, we were seventh country. When we became member of the Continental Ballistic Missile, we were sixth in the rank. Nuclear weapon state, sixth in the rank. But we became first country in the world to have a supersonic missile hitting the target, and we were the first in the world. Now, I want to tell you something where again we were first in the world when we integrated Sukhoi 30 with the BrahMos missile. In this, we integrated a 2.5 ton missiles to the belly of Sukhoi 30 MKI aircraft, and we conducted the flight test. You can see the picture. I'll show you the video also. When a missile hit the target from a 300-kilometer distance, it's pretty challenging. Challenging in the sense that Sukhoi 30 was designed by Russia, and the modifications was being carried out by HAL. Now, just imagine you are opening up somebody else's design and trying to strengthen it, modify it to meet your requirement. So there were many structural and electrical modifications were carried out. We literally ripped it open. We strengthened the mechanical structure of the aircraft and welded back, brought it together, conducted the actual test. Now, to do this, we have conducted the computational fluid dynamics studies, wind tunnel studies to see how the aircraft behave in the air with the missiles. Theoretically, using the computational fluid dynamics, we tested how the missile will behave when it will be flying with the supersonic speed. And we created the world largest launcher, and we got it patented also. And that's how we completed the of the missile with launcher and both together with the aircraft. So it was a great engineering challenge uh, to create a communication between the missile to the aircraft, bring the screens so that we can control the operation of the missiles from the Sukhoi. Ultimately, when we launched, we hit the target, and Indian Air Force became the most powerful air force in this part of the world. I want to tell you what is the difference in subsonic and supersonic missile. A subsonic missile usually flies with a speed of zero point 0.8 Mach, around 240 meters per second. And the BrahMos can fly to the speed of 2.8 Mach, 900 meters per second. Then, because our speed is very high, we take almost one third the time to reach to the target. Our kinetic energy is almost 9 times compared to the subsonic missile. Our speed doesn't allow a target to get dispersed, get away by increasing their speed. We reach to the target in one third shorter time, and we have a universal missile for Air Force, Army, and land. And at every 2 seconds, every 3 seconds, the missile can be launched against the same target or against a different target. And our war effectiveness is that we are almost 100% on the target. Now, there are many missiles which are in the world: Tomahawk, Harpoon, Glove, Exocet, Automet, and we are fastest in the world. So we bring on the table speed, precision, power, and undefeatable. So with these background, we decided to enter into the hypersonics, and we have a wish, very strong will to realize the dream of Dr. Kalam to come up with a reusable hypersonic payload delivery vehicle. And DRDO is working in that direction. And one day we will create this weapon. That's what we trust. Uh, I want to tell you something interesting here. Dr. Kalam was very much impressed with with the wisdom given by our Maharshi, our rishis. So he used to believe, and he used to preach also, that when you are inspired by a very great purpose, not for the simple thing, when you are inspired by a purpose which is very important to nation, society, community, maybe to your family, and it is having a uniqueness, then what will happen? Your thoughts, your thought process, your physical capability, they will break the strength, they will break the bounds, they will break all the limits, and you will be bestowed with a great latent energy. a great thoughts, a explosion of thoughts in your mind, and you will be so much energetic that you will feel like a superhuman, and you will be able to complete the task which is in the interest of nation, society, community. So these dormant forces which are hidden in your mind, which are hidden in your body, you have example of Lord Hanuman. You have example of Einstein. You have example of Dr. Abdul Kalam, who came from such a poor, deprived family and became the first citizen of this nation, who became president of the country. And he practiced it, realized it, and achieved it. So you also be a great man like Dr. Kalam, or maybe much ahead of him, and but the stepping stones are his lessons of life. He used to say that dream will transform into thoughts, thoughts will result into the action. The education provides you the skill to convert your thoughts to action. That's why very important for you to study well. My best wishes. Thank you for patience hearing. May God be with you in your journey. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We are indeed delighted to know that you had worked with our missile man, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam ji. And we also delighted to know more capabilities of BrahMos missile. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, with your permission, there are so many questions from our students. I would like to ask, few selected ones, sir.
Oh, no problem. I'm here to answer all the questions. The questions can have any flavor. They can be general questions or specific to missile, or can be the life questions also. Please.
Sir, our students are so interested that they wanted to crack all the secrets of, defense, this thing.
Okay.
Sir, with your permission, sir, what he has written is, sir, is there any missile that can hit the target and return back to its origin?
No, as on today, no. But it's very much possible. If you have seen a rocket which Elon Musk has made, the reusable rocket, and I feel that maybe in another 5 years, 10 years, we will be able to see the reusable rockets. Elon Musk has realized, he has shown the concept, and they are using it also.
Okay,
I hope they know Elon Musk.
Yes, sir, probably. Okay, sir. Okay,
Yes.
sir. And then one more question, sir. Sir, we are having a tensed situation at the India-China border. Do you think we will be able to protect ourselves with the existing missile technology with us?
No, I want to, you see, this question is a very tricky question. I want to assure you that our Prime Minister, Defense Minister have also assured that we are capable to defend ourselves against any adversary. Why China? Any adversary, we are able to defend ourselves. And this India is a different India. This is a 2020 India. This is not a India which got subjugated and surrendered the technology prosperity to the invaders. So I'm sure we will be able to defend ourselves.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. One more final question, sir. Final question. Are the ideas of Dr. Kalam still driving the progress of Indian missile technology?
You see, Dr. Kalam had many facets in his personality. He was a space scientist. Then he became a defense scientist, then became a social worker, then a great humanist. He became president, a people's president, and I will say that he was a great humanist. And he wanted to see that India become a great educational power. Citizens are happy, enlightened, and a prosperous India. So there are certain standard rules, laws, values which never go out of fashion, and they never get devalued over the time. So whatever Dr. Kalam has done, he created. It's a very good question. Let me say that Dr. Kalam created a generation of followers in every field in which he worked. And this generation learned a very simple thing. Mostly, what happens in the office we call it a politics. I don't call it a politics. I call it a human dynamics. So this human dynamics always tells that you hide knowledge with you. Don't share it. Don't tell it, because if you tell it to somebody else, your own importance will come down. But I want to tell everybody that it's not so. We should believe in our old philosophy that knowledge is like Goddess Saraswati. More you distribute, more you learn. I think there cannot be a better person than Professor Viresh to second my opinion and statement. More you speak, more you tell, more you learn yourself. And this thing was known to Dr. Kalam, and he was a very practicing scientist, practicing teacher. So he created a large number of followers, a second generation, third generation. And we also believe that you don't become a great man by hiding knowledge inside your mind. Share it. When you teach, you also learn. When you teach 1 to 100, you learn 1 to 1,000, maybe 1 to 10,000, maybe 1 to 1 million. So learning and teaching both are complementary. And coming back to the original question, yes, his teachings are still valid because they were universal. And it's like a Newton's law. They will be always valid. Time cannot bring any decay in them. So I'm open to any more question if you have. Otherwise, it's a great interaction with you.
No, sir. We will stop here itself, sir. Because there are too many. We have selected only few questions, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
Sir,
you.
thank you so much for walking us through the development of rocket science and missile technology internationally and in India. Sir, we have received overwhelming response for this particular session. Around 600 plus students plus parents are following, and they have listened to you. Thank you so much for once again accepting our invitation and delivering a lecture online. In spite of your busy schedule, you have taken time out of it, and sir, thank you so much. It was really honored to listen to you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Professor Viresh, and your team. And thanks to students and their parents for giving me a very patient hearing. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Namaste, sir. Yeah.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, sir.
You can pass the message to students who will join tomorrow.
The assignment is there. Yeah. Dear students, as you know, it was a really wonderful session. Thanks a lot for your patient listening. And I also thank my team members here, Dr. Arun Kumar sir, Dr. Rajshekhar sir, and Deepika madam, and our Rajesh. Okay, the session went on very well, and you too posting a lot of questions. All you wanted to know the secrets of all Indian, armed forces. So that cannot be done, you know. However, thank you so much, my dear friends. And today we will be closing session here itself. But however, assignments you have to write. And today's assignment is 1 second. 1 minute. I'll tell you what is the assignment today. So already you would have written the assignment related to Make in India and then Swachh Bharat. And today we will be, you will be writing assignment over the Fit India program. Okay, Fit India program. So what is the movement? Fit India movement. Recently, it was given by our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Modi ji. So hum fit to Bharat fit. Okay, it was very well received by most of the almost all Indians. You would have seen a lot of videos were posted in the YouTube by all the actors, in which we had Akshay Kumar and then other Bollywood actors. Okay, so now you have to write 3 pages of essay on Fit India movement, and you have to post it to the induction at nitandhra.ac.in. Okay. So last date for the submission of all these assignments is 12th December 2020. Okay. So thank you for joining us. Good evening. One more small announcement, brother. Friends, my dear friends. Tomorrow we have 3 sessions. Okay. Again, you have to join us at 10 o'clock sharp. Okay. Right. Good evening.